Here we are at the border. We're crossing in right now. There's nobody in these booths. We're just riding right through. Let's see what happens next here. I know we have to pull over and get our visas somewhere. So far, nobody stopped us. We're just cruising right through. Nobody asked for a passport, nothing. But now we have to find the customs where we can go in and buy a visa. Don't know where that is. Yeah, we're in the first little town we came across south, and we are looking for some place to eat. It says there's about 6 restaurants on Google Maps, but oh yeah, there we go. There's one up there. It's got a nice sign anyway. Have a look. Oh yeah, it looks pretty good. Hopefully they're open. Ah, bienvenidos, yes. This actually looks quite nice. 7 a.m. Should be ready. Oh, it's a little later in the day and it's starting to warm up a little bit, clear up a little bit, and then we're getting through really interesting riding. A lot of curves, a few mountains, really desert-like terrain. Get up here on this hill a little bit. Maybe we can look around and see a little further out into the desert. Get an idea of what we're riding through, kind of landscape we're riding through, and what the scenery is like. Not sure where we're gonna go tonight. Got a lot of options. Commander Oneguro with one of mistake keep going on the highway. We could get there tonight. No, well, it's about or under at oh, there's a dirt fighter. There were 400 big. What's 400 more? Probably about 300 now. If we would got an option to ride, do a loop out into the desert on some dirt road or sand road. So if it's loose sand, I don't know how long we'll last on that. We're not very adept at riding on loose sandy roads. Or we've got the option of going into the Bay of Los Angeles. Bay de Los Angeles. And there's a resort out there that first, a guy that used to ski up at Sun Peaks, apparently is living there now, and he says he's got a place for us to stay. So that's another option we've got. Anyways, we'll see what it takes. Okay, now it's opened up a little bit. We can see a little further off into the distance. See what get an idea of what kind of landscape we're riding through. It's getting nice and warm here where we were when we were riding by the ocean. It was foggy and really quite cool. I was actually considering putting another jacket on, but as we moved away from the coastline, it started to heat up again, and I'm buying. I'll be good to enjoy some of the scenery while I go through this road. We have some more twisties coming up here. Let's see what they're like. I know it's not quite the same when you're old watching this, but it's a lot of fun when you're riding the bike. Yeah, you can see how green the vegetation is along the side of the road there. Not usually like that. All kinds of cactus going up here. At some point, when we get a chance, I'll stop and walk out into the desert, and we'll have a look at some of the vegetation that's growing out here. Pretty interesting. All kinds of cacti, all shapes, sizes. Cut paper through that middle section, but sign off until we get to the next one.
We pulled off to the side of the road here to take a short walk through the desert to have a look at the many different varieties of cactus that we've seen here. I don't know the names of all of them, but I'm guessing this one right here is the prickly pear. And but as you can see, there's a lot of different shapes and sizes and different configurations through here. As I said earlier, in that last section that we rode through, it must have rained here very recently because it's quite green here. The last time I was up here in the northern part of the Baja, it was just brown, not much greenery at all. But this time there's quite a bit of greenery. And here we are in the Baja, in the desert. See the dry hills over there on the horizon. Just over that mountain is the Pacific Ocean. We were riding beside the ocean a little earlier this morning, and it was cool, foggy and cold. But now that we moved inland, it's heated up again. Concludes our little tour of the desert, and we'll get back on the road and see what we find next.
This is the main highway that goes from north to south in the Baja. There's several secondary roads that kind of go off others in each coast to take you through a small loop, but this is the only road that goes from north to south. The two-lane road, most of it has no shoulders, as you can see. There's no passing lane, so whenever you find a truck, we just have to find a safe place to pass and loop around it, but keep going. Get into trouble or have bike problems, if you gotta buy some place to get right off the road because there is absolutely no shoulders. See the odd pull-out every once in a while, but that's it. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. But it's been a very interesting road to ride through the desert. And as long as nothing goes wrong, we're really going to enjoy ourselves. Again, we've got a change scenery. Now we're riding through a desert with great rocks and a lot of very tall cactus. The road is straightened out, and the line of the area is quite flat. But somehow, all these rocks got here. Pull off here and have a look. Oh yeah, this is quite incredible. Wow. Whoa. This is pretty cool. You can tell that water has been here very recently. I could see areas where it has been flowing through here. Yeah. This is very cool. Seems to be a popular place for people to come and write their names and let everybody know they've been here. Those are incredibly tall cactus.
Here I am filling up my bike with gas. There are 200 kilometers to the next gas station, and there's not a chance I would make it that far. I'm about 160 into this one, and yeah. So this is how we fill up. Yeah. These boys are master at what they're doing here. So far we put in 2 gallons, and we'll probably get about another half gallon. We have no idea how much they charge, but it doesn't matter. There's no negotiating the price out here. The only place to get gas. How'd we do? Did we get that filled?
Sí.
Oh,
¿Uno más o...?
more. Yeah, más.
Ok,
Uno más.
hielo.
Yes.
Un galón para mí.
Now Steve has to put a little bit of gas in his as well, although he's got a 6-gallon tank. He's still going to need about a gallon or so because we still have 200k to the next gas station. We are done riding for the day. We have pulled into Don Eddie's Landing here about 30 minutes ago and got a room and got showered, and we're going to go down to the bar and have a beer. And this is what it looks like. There's our rides, and the rest of it is over here. A little history about this. A friend of mine, Vidois Handley, owns this because his wife Angela, who is Mexican, was deported from the United States about 2 years ago. So they sold all their holdings in San Diego. They had a house and a few rental properties, and sold everything and moved down here. Relocated. They're now expats of the United States, and they are owners and operators of this beautiful little resort. It was in distress when they bought it, but Vidois is a pretty handy guy, and he has been working on this for the last year and a half or 2 years, and he's got it looking pretty good. Yeah. So there is the bar right there, bar restaurant, and that's where we're going to have dinner tonight, have a few drinks, and breakfast in the morning. And we'll just go to the shoreline and see what this looks like. Now, this is about 8 miles in of a 9-mile inlet. Now, the ocean is out that way, and apparently it goes up about another mile this way. And he's sitting at about the 8-mile mark. And apparently the fishing is just fabulous. So unfortunately we're not going to have time to do that, but maybe on the next trip we'll make arrangements for that. But again, as I said earlier, we are in a bit of not a real hurry, but we're going to try and head straight down to South America and spend as much time as we can down there, because it's much easier access to get here and see this place again as it would be to go back to South America. So that is why we are not stopping and doing a lot of things I'd like to do. So, Don Eddie's Landing. If you're ever in the neighborhood in the Baja, look it up and come and stay here.